Hello everybody, how you doing today? We've got a couple of locomotives here that was bought as is, no returns. So let's test them and see what we got. Alright, let's make sure we got a little bit of juice here. Alright. Not getting any juice out of that. Huh. Okay. Oh. We're getting a little bit of movement. The wheels aren't going around. So there might be something wrong with the gearing. We'll have to take a look at that. Alright, and let's see about this one. Yeah, right off the bat starting to move. Probably needs a good cleaning, good tune-up. Let's put it right to the source right here, or at least closer to the source. Oh, there you go. That's going to be a runner. That's going to be a runner. That's just going to need a tune-up. This, I have to take this apart and look inside here and see what we got, because the motor ran a little bit, but the wheels didn't turn any. So the gear might not be making any kind of contact right there. We'll have to see. I'm going to hit pause for a moment and open it up. Okay, I got this open, and I believe I know why the motor was turning, but the wheels weren't. And the screw that holds the motor in had backed out, and the motor was not setting in proper place, so the gears weren't lining up, and I think I got that going. But both, as you can see, both wires should be soldered on or not soldered on. So that's why the electricity was not making it through the wheels through to the motor. So gonna have to resolder these two wires on. You can see this purple one right here, this red one right here. I think I got this all lined back up, so I can clean it up a little bit, re-put this bottom plate on, and that should hopefully kind of hold some things in place. So yeah, I'll update you as I move along. I'm hoping this is gonna help. It's binding up, and a lot of these are not seated properly on here, so I'm going to need to get that straightened up a bit. Hopefully that'll allow these to spin properly. Alright, well, the reason why the motor's spinning and the wheels aren't is, if you look and see, the gear's loose. It'll just spin right on the darn thing. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to attach this gear, clean it up really good, and attach it. I think I might slide it to the side a little. Clean it really good, slide it to the side. Maybe tie a piece of string really tight with some good adhesive glue, and try to pull that over the little piece of string and help to maybe secure it in place. So I don't know. Well, I'm going to try a couple of things. We'll see. Okay, just an update on what I did. I took a pair of needle nose pliers, and I was able to get a nice little groove right there in the middle. Put a little bit of glue on it and pressed it on, and it was hard to get on. So by putting those grooves there, it made a nice tight fit combined with the glue, super glue. Hopefully will dry and hold it in place. And I'm using this gel super glue, so we'll see if that's going to work for us. But yeah, it went on pretty tight just by me taking and crimping and doing a little shimmy back and forth and putting a nice little bit of grooves in there, so when I went to push it on there, it was tight. It was difficult to get on there, so I'm pretty confident that's going to dry up for me. So I'm going to put this out somewhere where it's nice and dry, and let it do its drying, and I'll probably move on to this other locomotive and then come back to this one. And just a quick update, so the motor was fastened down and I cleaned everything up. As you can hear, it's running pretty good. Had to reconnect the wires. As you can see, I'm touching them out here on the brass, which is where it's going to pick up the electrical juice from the wheels. So yeah, should be able to work once I get that gear installed properly. Alright, I pulled over the Pennsylvania, cleaned it up, lubricated it, and it's working pretty good. One thing, it didn't come with the attachment little thing to here to there, but I do have an extra one that I found. I think I'm going to be able to install. So let me straighten this out and get it installed, and we'll see what we got. Alright, I installed a new little connector here. Happen to have one extra. It's kind of nice to have that on the side. And should be able to allow this to connect right up like that. Alright, there we go. No problem. Okay, let's see what we end up with. Success! It's working. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, this took a lot of work here, really. For not being broken real too much. Both the wires had to be reinstalled. There's two screws for this motor, one here and one under this plate, and they were both loose, so they needed to be readjusted to bring this gear down to the right spot. Then the gear on here is loose and slipping, so I had to reattach the gear onto this. And excuse me, so what I did was I took a pair of needle nose pliers and just kind of wiggled back and forth a bit to put a nice little bite on the axle. Then slid, put a little glue on that bite, and then slid the gear over it, and it held on pretty good. And it was pretty tough getting it on too, so I was pretty confident even without the glue it was probably going to hold the gear in place, because this black gear right here was spinning on the axle. So now all I need to do is just install the body, and we can put it on the track and run it. Alright, we got everything back installed, lubricated. Let's see what we end up with. Right. Seems to work just fine. There we go. Gave us a little bit of a problem, but we got through it all. So let's go put them on the track and see what they do.